Hello, and after a long time, welcome back to Gujarat's Lawn Tennis TV. Today, we are having a special video recording regarding the definitions of ITA ATF rules. So many terms are associated, and lots of parents are confused about some definitions which are on the screen, like direct acceptance, wild card, lucky loser, and special exempt. So on the basis of that, we had come across with this, and we explored some rules and regulation of ATF, ITA, and ITF. So based on that, I had made this video for you, and later on you will see some, you know, uh, feedback and instructions, or you may say, the experienced white badge referee Anton Dsouza's feedback on this particular definitions. So let us see the definitions associated. Sometimes you might have seen in the draw they have written DA, QA, WC, LL, NSE also sometimes. So what are these things? When we say DA, QA, so in case of main row, generally you will find DA, but in case of qualifying row, you will find QA. Okay. So what is it? It says that entered players accepted directly into the main row or qualifying row by virtue of their rankings under the applicable system of merit of ATT regulation. So this is regarding ATF, so it is ATT regulation, and that will be varying according to the tournament level. If it is ITA, that will be by ITA regulations. If it is at ITF junior or maybe at man circuit, so according to that. So DA is basically accepted entry into the main draw. Okay. And in case of qualifying, it is QA, that is qualifying acceptance. And there will not be any special entry for the player where it is written DA or QA. Okay. That is why direct acceptance says entered players accepted directly into the main row, that is DA. Entered player accepted directly into the qualifying row, that is QA, by virtue of the rankings, according to the rankings on a particular date of the tournament, and the applicable system of merit with respect to the tournament level, right? So that is DA and QA. Okay, the another word which is very important and lots of parents are confused and how to get and all these things, and that is wild card. So wild card is basically it's a main row entry, players included in the draw at the sole discretion of the sanctioning national association. Wild cards may be seeded. Seeded is according to the rank. Main row wildcards may be given to any player eligible to compete. Wildcards are to be named at the time of qualifying draw is made. There will be no age restriction for wildcards except for minimum age limit to the participant. That means during the tournament, whatever age limit criteria is there, that should be fulfilled. Players should retain a written confirmation of the offer and acceptance of a wildcard. So this communication will be done to the association or the organizer, and then there will be feedback from the national association that yes, you are given the wildcard, you are accepted for the wildcard, and that later you have to show to the organizer or to the referee. Okay. Then no player who has signed in for and been accepted into the qualifying of the tournament may be named as wildcard after the qualifying competition has commenced. So the commencement of qualifying round, before that the wildcard entry is done. So once the qualifying draw has been made, okay, and the qualifying round has been started, no wildcard entry is possible. So The thing is that if you are in the qualifying, no wild card. If you are in the main draw, no wild card. So wild card is a kind of entry for the main draw. Sometimes in qualifying draw also wild card entry is given. So for that, different opinions are there. That depends on national association. That depends on the organizer. Okay, there is no particular rule for that. But generally, wild cards are given for the seeded players. Okay, so on this, let us see what our white pitch referee Anton Dsouza says. Let us listen to him.
As per your question about wildcard, I would like to explain you that wildcards are the direct entry given to the players in the main draw. Okay, so there are main draw wildcards and qualifying wildcards. Okay. So main draw wildcards and a qualifying wildcard doesn't have any criteria. It can be given to any player by the organizers, and they can be directly playing in the main draw or qualifying. Wildcard doesn't need a sign in. They can come directly to your match. Okay. And they can play their match. Okay.
Fine, sir.
And
Regarding wildcard, do we have any time limit to apply or anything related to application of wildcard?
there is no such conditions or this thing. Wildcards are normally declared by the National Association on Tuesday or Wednesday. As as per the thing for the wild card has to be given after the qualifying sign-in or before the qualifying sign-in is ended. Wildcard has to be given before the qualifying sign-in is ended, but the National Association provides a wildcard on Wednesday or Thursday by intimating with an email to the players who have applied for the wildcard.
Okay.
Okay, uh, so this is regarding wildcard from Anton Sir, and let us see about lucky loser now. Let us see about lucky loser now. It says lucky and loser. Okay, players who have lost in any round of the qualifying competition is eligible for the lucky loser. First priority will be of the players losing in the final round of the qualifying, and if further lucky losers are required for substitution, if the number of players or sufficient players are not there, selection will be from those players who have lost in the previous qualifying round. And if it is not there, then again previous round. So this is how the lucky loser are being selected. Generally, if more than one lucky losers are available, then there happens to be a draw. Cheats are there, and then randomly cheats are taken, and then lucky losers are given for the main draw. And generally, lucky loser draw happens before not before, but it's when a main draw player has not arrived or is not available at that time it is done. So on that, let us take again Anton sir. Uh, what does he say? Come on.
Now the lucky loser. Lucky losers are the players who have played in the qualifying and who have lost the matches. So lucky loser spots is been given only if the players from the main draw doesn't turn up for his match or he doesn't report for his match. So lucky losers are the players who have lost in the qualifying. So lucky losers preference will be the players who have lost in the final qualifying round.
Okay.
Okay, and the lucky losers who have lost in the final qualifying round and have a ranking points. It will be lots between that players, and then the second preference will be given for the players who have lost in the final qualifying round and doesn't have the ranking points.
Okay.
It's the referee who makes the lot after after the matches are finished, and they give the slot for the lucky losers. Then the players the next day has to come half an hour before the match starts. If it is a boys match, they have to report half an hour before the boys match, the first match starts. So they have to sign it as per the lot number which has been given by the referee at the time of picking the lots after the matches. The players will go as per that order into the draw if there is a lucky loser. Suppose if the matches are divided into two slots, Monday and Tuesday, the player can come on Monday and he can sign in for the lucky loser, and he can wait whole day whether the player or somebody withdraws or doesn't turn up for the matches, then he can get the lucky loser spot. And on Tuesday, if there is a first round match also going, the same players can come on Tuesday also, half an hour before the match starts. They can sign in and they can again wait for the whole day, take a chance if the players doesn't turn up for the matches.
I see.
That's the lucky loser limit.
Okay. Actually, sir, regarding
Okay, so this is regarding lucky loser, and now the term is said special exempt. So you might have heard about FE special exempt, and that happens in ATF and ITF tournaments. So some tournaments gives a special exempt entry for the players in the main draw, and for that you require to be, eligible to play in the particular tournament. So special exempt is like direct entry into the main draw, provided number one that you must be eligible. Number two, you must be at least in the qualifying round. It's different from wild card. Okay, so if you are in the qualifying round and you are playing somewhere else and you are not able to go on the qualifying round draw, or you can see that you are not able to reach. So in that case, you have to do communication with the association and organizer. Okay, that is definitely by email, and that will be provided based on your seeding, based on your schedule, and the level of tournament which you are playing at present, and the level of tournament which you are expecting the special exemption. Okay, so let us see what Anton sir want to say on this. That is a special exempt.
that's good, sir. And what about these special exempt?
Special exempt spots are basically in the main draw, which is kept two spots in the main draw. So special exam normally is being filled by the first two qualifiers players who are there in the qualifying, and if there is no special exam anywhere, the funda of a special exam is that if a player is playing a tournament and he is being playing in some other tournaments in the same region,
Okay.
okay, of same grade,
Okay.
okay, and the player of same grade is playing there and he is playing in this qualifying, then only he gets a chance of special exam. If the player is not participating, suppose my tournament, and he wanted a special exam, if he is playing finals also, still he cannot get that spot unless and until you are in the qualifying of this draw. So you have to be in the qualifying of this draw. Secondly, you have to be playing the tournament of the same grade in the same region anyway.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, great, fine. So this is something on the special exempt, and I thank Anton Dsouza sir for sharing their views and sharing their opinion what are regarding the rules and regulations of the tournaments for wild card entry, for lucky loser, and special exempt. Okay, in my next video, you will see some more definitions regarding the main draw, the format, qualifying draw, and some rules for time. How many matches can you play on a single day? So let us see. Subscribe our channel. Keep watching.